to another House of Bread video. Welcome, Will.
Thank you, Jack. Good to be back again.
Yes, lovely. Right, we are talking this week about helping our friends beyond the food. I know we go on about this a lot, but it's super important, Will.
It is. It's a holistic approach.
Holistic approach. He'll probably be doing this at some point, so look out for that. All of you at home playing the House of Bread video bingo, probably going to get a house this week. We are specifically basing it around Wendy, our lovely chiropodist.
Chiropodist or
podiatrist?
Podiatrist. I don't know.
Oh no, I put chiropodist on Instagram. Is it podiatry?
It is podiatry.
Right.
Yes.
Well, there you
What's
go.
the
We've all
difference?
learned something. We'll Google that for next week. Apologies, Wendy, if you're watching this in our ignorance. Essentially, she's helping our friends' feet. And that's really important, Will, because our friends' feet can be a mess.
I bought a poster just to show what we do. So Wendy came to see me, it must have been about 9 months ago. She works up at the local mental health trust, and she wanted to help us in some way. And so she sets up a clinic on a weekly basis on a Thursday between 9:30 and 11. She takes appointments, and it means that we can address some of the very basic health issues that our friends are struggling with, along with everything else that they're struggling with. And it was a real delight to have 3 appointments fully booked and attended, and we've even got them coming for next week as well. And it's all about early intervention. So a lot of people were living with really bad issues.
Well, if you think about it, our friends, they don't really have the resources to have a motor vehicle or clean socks. They don't have a car. They might take the bus a lot, but walking, being on their feet a lot. A lot of our friends don't have enough money to have a hot shower, for example. There's all sorts of various reasons. But it's not just our homeless friends. Our homeless friends do suffer terribly with feet, but immediately Wendy was identifying people who we would consider low risk in terms of health needs, was identifying that their feet and their lower legs are, a mess at times. So it's really important to have those experts helping us identify what help people need.
Because it potentially stops that person needing to go to a GP, certainly stops them needing to go to A&E, and that's all about saving money, saving resource, and hygiene generally, and we'll talk about other agencies that we're working with, is really key. Because if you turn up at a meeting somewhere in a closed space and you smell and your feet smell particularly bad, that's not going to be a happy experience. But it was like things like ingrown toenails, athlete's foot, damages, wounds that are old,
trench foot, sores, blisters.
So it was really exciting that Wendy was able to be here. She gets House of Bread, but it got off to a really good start very quickly, and we were able to provide a private space, a room.
Would you say that we hit the ground running?
We did, so sanctuary foot treatments is what Wendy's practice is called.
Helping your feet and soles.
Yeah, really exciting, because she's one of the first partnerships this week, and she's back here next Thursday.
And we're helping people beyond food at House of Bread, as we always say. We've got people from the Borough Council Housing Options team coming in, helping people maintain their tenancy, which is super important.
Thank you, Danny, who's the dual practitioner, again works for the Trust and supports the Borough Council. So they work with Housing Options. So Housing Options are there to support through the tenancy. Danny's there to help, particularly around mental health issues.
We're all about trying to help our friends not reach that point of crisis. A lot of people come to House of Bread at that point of crisis. We can help. That's really great to be able to do, but we want to be able to help them beyond that, and then help them not slip back into that crisis.
Break that vicious circle.
There it is. House, Yahtzee. No, that's the wrong one. It's all. The House of Bread starts off with free food, but it's so much beyond that. Wendy, great example, helping feet. Seems like a small thing, but it could make a real difference in someone's lives. We will bring up other sessions that we are having throughout the week at Cafe 43. But always remember, it is open for everyone. Wendy is tucked away in a separate room, dealing with the feet. That was a strong thing to get right. We didn't want people with their feet out in the middle of the cafe. She is tucked away in another room doing that. while the cafe is going on. We had a regular customer this week.
We had a regular customer,
couple of them.
Really nice. So again, it was pay as you feel. They felt they would like to pay, and they did pay. So it was really lovely. So yeah, Cafe 43, it's open. We have a great offer for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. If people asked why we don't call ourselves House of Bread, Jack, the other day, and I was trying to explain that actually Cafe 43 makes it sound like a normal cafe, which it is.
Cafe 43 is run by House of Bread, but if we put House of Bread on the front of the building, House of Bread comes with its own baggage.
Yeah.
House of Bread is there to help the homeless, the vulnerable. Yes, we are, so is Cafe 43, but Cafe 43 is a community cafe as well. We're open for everyone, and we want people who aren't homeless, who aren't vulnerable, to come down and share that meal with those that are, and make it a normal place, not a Oliver Twist, more please, a queue up at the front. We want it to be a regular cafe. That's why we went for Cafe 43. We're number 43 Browning Street, so that's where the 43 comes from, and we're a cafe. Do the math. So yeah, that's it. Cafe 43, run by House of Bread, just to break those stigmas.
Yeah.
Right, thank you very much, Will, for waffling through that.
Thank you, Wendy.
Don't forget to like and share these videos, it really does help. But until next time, thank you very much once more for watching. Goodbye.
Bye. That's a week.
Marilyn's microwave.
Marilyn.
Hey! What on earth was that?
I don't know.
Oh, scared. I think it was the tray from.
Oh.
There's the outtake.